In the quaint little town of Maplewood, where the cobblestone streets shimmered under the twilight glow of winter, young Ella was eagerly preparing for Christmas Eve. The air outside was crisp, carrying the scent of pine and freshly fallen snow. Inside her cozy kitchen, the atmosphere was buzzing with anticipation. Ella's grandmother, a woman of enduring grace and wisdom, gathered the ingredients on an age-old wooden counter. Tonight, they were to bake the legendary cookies for Santa, using a recipe passed down through generations. It was believed to hold enchanting powers, capable of granting a wish to any heart pure enough to conceive it. Gran, do you think the old stories about these cookies are true? Ella asked, her eyes wide with wonder and hope. Her grandmother smiled softly, her eyes twinkling like stars in the clear night sky. Well, dear, sometimes magic is simply believing in the impossible, she replied. Together, they measured out the flour, sugar, a pinch of salt, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. But what made the recipe truly special was the secret ingredient, a dash of hope and a touch of love, mixed in with a generous tablespoon of laughter. As they stirred the ingredients together, Ella whispered her wish to the dough, a tradition that her grandmother insisted upon. Remember, Ella, her grandmother instructed, wishes made with love are always the most powerful. With the dough rolled out, they pressed star-shaped cutters into it, each star representing a twinkling dream in the vast sky of possibilities. After baking, the cookies were golden brown, their aroma filling every corner of the house. They lovingly arranged them on a plate, making sure every piece was perfect. That night, as the clock struck midnight, Ella placed the cookies by the fireplace. She remembered her wish as she nestled them under the tree. As she drifted off to sleep, a gentle snowfall began outside, blanketing the world in serene silence. And in the magic of Christmas morning, Ella discovered something truly miraculous, not just for what she found under the tree, but for the warmth and hope that filled her heart, reminding her of the magical night shared with her grandmother. In the end, Ella learned that the true magic of the cookies wasn't in their ability to grant wishes, but rather in the love, laughter, and enduring memories created while making them. In the cozy and dimly lit living room of the Thompson family, the flickering flames of the fireplace cast a warm glow across the room. The centerpiece of the space was a rustic wooden coffee table laden with holiday treats. A plate towered with cookies sat invitingly at the heart of the table. As the evening unfurled, the Thompson family settled into their respective chairs, engrossed in their chatter post-dinner. Laughter and stories filled the room as they enjoyed the comforting ambience and the savory delights. Unbeknownst to them, a small adventure was about to unfold beside them. One of the cookies, an unusually round one with red and green sprinkles, perched precariously at the edge of the plate. Slowly and almost imperceptibly, it shifted. Conversation in the room continued unabated, oblivious to the gravity-defying act happening nearby. The cookie teetered on the brink before finally surrendering to gravity's pull. Landing softly on the wooden surface of the table, it began its unexpected journey. Trembling and vibrating, it rolled steadily across the table, each precise rotation seemingly guided by an unseen hand. Onwards it went, unfaltering in its course, until it reached the edge of the table. Below, the flickering fireplace awaited. With a gentle ease, the round cookie glided off the table's corner and onto the hearth, its inertia carrying it straight toward the welcoming flames. As it neared the heat, the cookie seemed to pause for a microsecond, contemplating its fiery destiny before surrendering to the warmth. In moments, its glow surpassed even the brightest embers, burning with an intrepid light. What was once a mere biscuit now shone magnanimously in incandescent hues. The gentle crackle of the fire was momentarily enhanced by a soft hiss, a final whisper of the cookie's sugary contents succumbing to the blaze. Noticing the new gleaming addition to their hearth, the family turned, their conversation hushed into a shared moment of wonder and amusement. The youngest member, eyes wide with curiosity, declared it was a sign of good luck. And so, in this small evening folly, the simple cookie's descent had sparked a new family legend. The Thompsons laughed as they embraced the serendipity of the night, adding one more memory to their collection of cherished stories. In the heart of Oakshire, young Ella found herself on a quest to cure her mother's mysterious ailment. Her search led her to an ancient market where stories of enchanted items fueled her hopes. Amidst the dusty shelves of an old shop, her eyes caught the luminous glow of an unassuming cookie. Curiosity piqued. She reached out and touched it, prompting an astonishing transformation. The cookie expanded and twisted into a small, glowing figure who introduced itself with a cheerful voice. "Greetings. I'm Crumb, your magical helper." Ella, still reeling from the surprise, blinked at the tiny figure hovering before her. Crumb was an adorable blend of sugar and sparkles, with eyes that twinkled like fireflies. "I didn't mean to," Ella stammered, but Crumb waved a tiny hand, as if brushing away her concerns. "No worries. I've been waiting for someone like you. Tell me, how might I assist you today?" Crumb chirped enthusiastically. Ella quickly shared her mother's condition, her voice tinged with desperation. "I heard there are things in this market that could help, but I didn't know how to find them." Crumb considered her words thoughtfully. One must tread carefully here. But worry not. Together, we'll uncover what you need." With a wink, Crumb gestured for Ella to follow. The duo embarked on a whimsical tour through the labyrinthine alleys of the market, where Crumb's presence attracted the curiosity of other magical entities, each greeting them warmly. They visited stalls with plants that sang lullabies and bottles that contained whispered secrets. Guided by Crumb's innate knowledge, they bypassed traps and mischief makers alike, weaving seamlessly through the chaotic enchantment of the market. At last, they reached a stall tended by an ancient woman who sold remedies crafted from moonlight and morning dew. Crumb fluttered before the woman, conveying Ella's plight. Nodding knowingly, the woman presented a vial glowing with ethereal light. "This should serve your purpose," she said with a smile. Standing amidst the bustling market, Ella clutched the remedy close, gratitude welling up in her heart. "Thank you, Crumb," she said softly. crumbs simply twirled, leaving a trail of sparkling dust. "It was my pleasure, Ella. Remember, whenever life brings complexity, a little magic." But before Crumb could finish, it twinkled back into a simple cookie in Ella's palm, ready to be discovered by another in need. Crumb, a clever fox with fur as red as autumn leaves, lived in a cozy burrow on the edge of the enchanted forest. His best friend Ella, an imaginative and brave young girl, adored listening to Crumb's tales of adventure. One chilly December evening, as they sat by the fire sharing stories, a gust of magical wind swirled around them, carrying a note sealed with a shimmering snowflake. It was a call for help from the North Pole. Santa's toy machine had broken down, and with the countdown to Christmas ticking away, he needed assistance from those with pure hearts and nimble minds. Without a moment's hesitation, Crumb and Ella decided to embark on the journey to the North Pole. With a wave of her hand, Ella summoned her special snow globe, which had the power to transport them anywhere in the world. In a twinkling of stardust, they were whisked away to the land of endless snow. At the North Pole, they were greeted by Jingle, a sprightly elf with sparkling eyes and a bell on his hat that jingled with every step. "Thank goodness you've come," Jingle exclaimed. "The toy machine has a mind of its own and refuses to work." Crumb, who is known for his problem-solving skills, examined the machine. He listened to its clicks and clangs and soon discovered the issue. An important gear had slipped out of place, jamming its entire system. Ella, with her imagination and keen sense of details, noticed a peculiar shape in the snow that matched the missing gear. It was no ordinary gear. It was enchanted, crafted with the essence of holiday cheer. Working together, Crumb and Ella managed to fix the machine. Crumb carefully replaced the gear while Ella recited a poem they had learned, which was said to lift enchantments. With a final turn of the wrench and a sprinkle of holiday magic, the machine roared back to life, whirring and churning out toys once again. Santa arrived just in time to see the first toy car roll off the assembly line. His eyes twinkled with gratitude. "Thank you, Crumb and Ella," he boomed with joy. "You've saved Christmas for children all over the world." As the sun began to set behind the snow-capped hills, Crumb and Ella knew it was time to return home. Santa gifted them each a golden acorn bell to remember their adventure. With a shake of the snow globe and a swirl of stars, they returned to their warm spot by the fire. Though their hearts were at peace, they knew this was only the beginning of many more adventures to come. And so, in their little corner of the world, as the first snowflakes of winter began to fall, Crumb and Ella drifted into dreams of the magic that awaited them ahead. In the small town of Winterdale, the holiday season was eagerly anticipated by all its residents, especially the children. Each year, a grand event in the town square promised gifts for every child, which were brought by the magical gift machine owned by the eccentric inventor, Mr. Whimsy. However, this year, a dreadful event threatened to ruin the festivities. Just days before the celebration, the gift machine broke down, leaving the town in a state of worry. Ella, a bright young girl with a knack for problem solving, found herself concerned about the situation. She remembered all the joy the gifts brought to her in the past and wanted to ensure every child experienced the same happiness. Her trusty sidekick, Crumb, a squirrel whose tail shimmered with a hint of magic, was also eager to help. Crumb had been Ella's confidant and partner in adventures, always bringing a touch of enchantment wherever they went. Determined to save the day, Ella approached the old inventor for permission to attempt a repair. Mr. Whimsy, recognizing her potential and aware of the magical bond between Ella and Crumb, agreed and welcomed them to his workshop. The invention, a vast array of cogs, gears, and whirring gadgets, seemed daunting, but Ella's confidence never wavered. Ella carefully examined the intricate machinery, listening to the gentle hums and clinks, using her intuition to locate the issue. Crumb, sensing Ella's focus, scurried around with his tail glistening, spreading a sprinkle of magic over the gears. Suddenly, the pair discovered a crucial cog misaligned, its tiny teeth unable to mesh correctly with its counterpart. With quick thinking, Ella devised a plan. She needed to realign the components precisely. She asked Crumb to help lift and hold the parts in place with his magical touch while she secured them with expert precision. With a final magical flick of Crumb's tail, the cogs settled into place perfectly. The machine whirred to life, lights twinkling and music playing as it began to produce gifts once more. A collective cheer erupted from the townsfolk, and gratitude shone in Mr. Whimsy's eyes. As the day turned into night, the town square was alive with laughter and song, and every child held a gift from the magic machine. Thanks to Ella's quick thinking and Crumb's touch of magic, happiness was restored in Winterdale, ensuring that the spirit of the holidays remained unbroken. In the cozy town of Evergreen, Ella was known as the kind-hearted baker with her cheerful cat, Crumb, always by her side. Every year, the townsfolk eagerly anticipated Ella's special Christmas treats, as they were said to hold a touch of magic that filled everyone with joy. This year, however, Ella faced a unique challenge. Her bakery had sent out more orders than ever, and the demands of the season left her feeling overwhelmed. Trying to keep up, she stayed up late every night with Crumb, kneading dough and frosting pastries. Despite her tiredness, Ella's determination shone through, as she wanted to ensure everyone in Evergreen had a magical Christmas. One snowy December evening, as Ella packed the last of the gingerbread cookies, a soft jingle echoed in the night. Crumb's ears perked up, and soon after, there was a gentle knock at the door. When Ella opened it, to her surprise, stood Santa himself, shimmering in his festive red suit with eyes twinkling like stars. "Ella," Santa said warmly, "your treats have always been the highlight of my Christmas visits. You've brought such joy to me and the world. This year, however, I'm here to personally thank you." Ella was speechless, but her heart swelled with happiness. With a knowing nod, Santa continued, "I've brought something special just for you," and he produced a beautifully bound cookbook from his sack. The cover was adorned with dancing gingerbread men and a sprinkle of stardust that shimmered in the light. "This is a magical cookbook," Santa explained. It contains recipes for enchanted treats, each with the power to spread wonder and delight. Ella's eyes widened in awe as she leafed through the book, glancing at the whimsical instructions and imagining the possibilities. Before departing, Santa bent down to give Crumb a gentle pat on the head. "Thank you, little helper," he chuckled, watching Crumb purr contentedly. "Remember, Ella," Santa called as he climbed back into his sleigh, "the true magic lies in the joy you bring to others." With a joyous wave, Santa soared into the night sky. In the days following, Ella experimented with the cookbook, creating marvelous treats that sparked laughter and smiles throughout Evergreen. Her bakery became a place where enchantment and the spirit of Christmas came alive, bringing the community together in celebration and making the season truly unforgettable.